I want to talk to you a little bit today about financing options and why they're important. What you'll notice is that we do have two different companies that you can do financing through. One of them is called NextStep, and one of them is called Loan Hero. They're pretty similar in the way that they work, except that there are some key differences. The way that you want to use these is, these are great for people who object to, say, the price of the dog. If they say, that's too much for me right now, or could I make payments, or is there any way we can work on the price? This is an option to give them to say, I can find a way to make monthly payments for you. We can figure out how much that'll be. Let's go and get you approved. The process of doing financing is fairly simple. In fact, for the application, your customer can fill out most of their own information, turn the monitor around, hand them the keyboard, and have them fill in their info. That way you know it's all correct, and we make sure that we get all the right information in there. Financing is important because the fact of the matter is that nowadays a lot of people prefer to have payment options. They don't necessarily have $2,500 sitting in the bank in order to purchase a puppy. In fact, most of them might not even have the money to purchase, say, a cell phone. That's why even most cell phone companies nowadays offer payment plans. Monthly payments for things like iPhones or TVs or couches or cars or houses, whatever it may be. A lot of people in our society are used to being able to break down a total payment and pay it by monthly increments. So it's important to make sure that your customers are aware that we have this as an option. There's two different options like we discussed. Let me talk to you first about NextStep. NextStep is actually a great system because they actually have a very high approval rating. What that means is that they're a little bit more lenient when it comes to credit checks, and they will approve more people of more ages, more backgrounds when it comes to credit history and all that stuff that's available. They will compare in both of these. They will compare and look at credit history. They'll also look at debt to income ratio, which means how many bills they have out versus how much money they have coming in. And they'll determine from that if they are able to allow them to finance through their company. NextStep is a lot more lenient than your average, and the way that they do that is by providing those customers with an option to do payment plans, and there is actually a fee as they go on, the interest rate, if you will. But NextStep is actually considered a loan, or a lease, not a loan rather. So as they go and pay their payments off, you want to encourage them to pay it off as quickly as possible. If they pay it off in a shorter amount of time, like say 3 months or 6 months, instead of going the full 2 years, they will save a lot of money in those fees. If they go the whole term of the lease, they will end up paying quite a bit in those fees. So you're going to encourage them to pay it off as quickly as possible. And they would do that by making a lump sum ending payment, not by paying extra every month. You want to pay your minimum payments until you're ready to pay off the whole sum, and then pay it off all at once, again, as quickly as possible in order to save them the most money. Don't be afraid of NextStep. I understand that sometimes it makes you a little nervous because it's a lot of paperwork and there's a lot to explain, but most people understand leases and understand how these work. They either have probably done payment plans on, like I said, a phone or a car or a house. So you're going to give them all of that information printed up, have them sign it, take it home with them. If they have any questions, they'll be able to call NextStep directly, talk with them about their questions as well. This is a great option. You definitely want to use this to your advantage, and make sure if you have any questions about this, call NextStep directly. You can ask them. They have great customer service. They also have support chat that's available online on their website. Take advantage of that. Don't be afraid to use it. Now, Loan Hero is another option as well. Loan Hero is great because it actually has a lower interest rate, and it is a little bit more stringent when it comes to approvals, so better for people with good to perfect credit. But the cool thing about Loan Hero is the application process for the very first part of the application is very quick. Only takes a few minutes. They run a soft credit check and they have an answer for you within about 5 minutes. So this is what we want you to try doing first because it's quick, and then also NextStep would be your next step. So keep those in mind. If you guys have any questions about these, please do not feel like you can't come to us and ask, and make sure that you take advantage of their customer service as well. you can always call either one of these companies and their customer support will help you with any questions you might have. Make sure that you offer financing to every customer that's looking at a puppy, because there are some people that wouldn't be able to take the puppy home otherwise if they don't have the cash on hand or they don't have credit cards that they use on a regular basis. This is a great option for people to get that puppy that they love or that they've always wanted, take them home today, and make payments starting the next month. So don't be afraid of it, use it, and help somebody find a great puppy today.